Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I think you can probably hear me better. I hope you hear me better. Let me see. Do I have it on? Yeah, I have it on. Oh man, just got these mics and had to play with them a little bit. Oh, you made it. Hi, baby. Hope you're feeling better. Um, yeah. Um, Hi. I'm glad you made it. I hope the baby is asleep and you're having a good day. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot going on right now, just a lot, a lot. Yeah. But I will say he's full battery. That's hilarious. He's one. You got your whole little guy now. He is big and doing stuff, and that is just enjoy it. It feels like a lot, but when you look back, you're gonna be like me, and it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, my kid is a whole second grader. Like I just had him. I just had him. And man, yeah. So enjoy it. I mean, I know it's easier said than done because it is. It's a lot being a parent, but it really does go fast. And before you know it, they big kids and in college and having relationships and all kind of stuff. So yeah. But if you're new to my channel, go ahead and talk to me in the comments. I actually do talk back when comments are left. And if you like the content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Yana's Wine Corner on all platforms. I still see my conditioner. I just washed my hair, like literally just washed it. So fresh wash and condition, still wet. I'm gonna have to dry it so I can actually sleep tonight. But yeah, things have been really busy. I just feel like I'm on go, 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 go. But that's a good thing, right? Um, Man, so I realized today after I saw this headline that I haven't really been talking about any current events lately. But I saw one today that just really just had me like, oh my gosh. So Halle Berry has been ordered to pay $8,000 a month in child support to her ex-husband. $8,000. Like, are you a month? Like, come on now. Her and her ex-husband, they've been going through this divorce for over 8 years, and it's finally final, and they have a 9-year-old together. And now that the divorce is final, because of course she's the bigger breadwinner, she's got to pay him 8,000 a month in child support, and she also has to pay him 4.3% of any income she receives above $2 million in additional support. My goodness, like this is really insane. Like the fact that I don't know. I honestly, I'm I'm not a big. Mm, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one there. I'll let you guys comment on that because 8 grand a month. Like I'm pretty sure she's doing other stuff because she is Halle Berry. But good lord. But hey, you got it. You got it. But I would cry having to pay 8 grand a month. But that's just me. Um, how are you guys doing? Y'all was just talking to me. Now you go. You go. Or at least you're not talking, I should say. Let's let me see. Um, yeah, my brain is all over the doggone place. But I don't know. I've been feeling, I want to say, overwhelmed to an extent. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But life is life, and that's what you get. And um, still trying to be the best that I can be with everything that's going on. It sometimes gets a bit overwhelming, and you know, you kind of deal with it how you can. And just having conversations with other friends as well, and they're feeling things too, and it just got me thinking, because I'm a really big advocate for um, therapy. And I know it, it it's not something that's talked about a lot, but people really should be discussing it more, and that is mental health. And I know people like to say, oh, self-care, and yeah, that's great, going to a spa, going to get your nails done. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I hope you feel better, and make sure you keep gargling with the salt water so your throat starts to feel a little better. But that's what happens when you go to college too. You out there living it up and going to parties. um, but it's a big thing. You gonna come with me? Take a road trip to Arizona? We pack the babies in the car and just hit the road. I mean, it's only what, a 5 hour drive. It's not that bad. I mean, it's really not that bad. Like, when you do it, it's not too bad, because I did it once and it wasn't that bad. Okay, she said let's go. That means she gonna make sure I keep snacks in my hand and I stay awake. You ever gone on a road trip with somebody that says, "Oh, I'm gonna go with you, and I'm gonna make sure that you stay awake," and then next thing you know, you don't realize that you riding on them little bumpies because you didn't had a moment. Yeah, I had that happen before driving to Vegas. I was like, "Whoa, okay, I'm up now," but it did wake me up, and we only had another, I want to say, 40 something minutes to go. So, but man, it'd be rough. Driving is a lot. Driving is a lot, and I'm not a big fan of it, but I've been doing it a lot more lately, so I think I'm starting to get used to it. But I definitely need coffee on long trips. But I've found that the right music does help, one, because I try not to drink, because then I don't want to have to stop and go to the bathroom. But hey. um but yeah, back to, before I get distracted again, you know, the whole mental health thing. It's more than just a spa day, going to get your nails done, things like that. And so many people are out there suffering from illnesses that they haven't been diagnosed with. They're untreated, things like that, because they're too afraid to talk to somebody. And some of them can be done just talking to your regular doctor as well. My hair is wet, it's driving me crazy. Um, and I don't know, it's like so many different things, and people don't take advantage of caring for that. And I mean, because, okay, so, for instance, myself, I have been, clinically diagnosed with depression and anxiety. There are some days that are really good. There are some days that are not. I'm naturally a overthinker. So if I'm in a situation and I have to be, come up with my own understanding on things, then it becomes really hard for me to let go, because it's like, well, if you're not gonna tell me, this is what I'm gonna think. Oh man, this one's got a cork, and I did not bring my corkscrew. But I have a Bordeaux today, 2017. I figure I'm like digging in right now, so I might as well open this wine, because ooh, we're gonna need it tonight. But yeah, there are some days that are rougher than others, and a lot of it is um like the anxiety wise is, you know, caused by me. And I know this, and I try not to, you know, let things affect me, but you know, I'm human, which is why I stay in therapy now, because we all need somebody to talk to. And the one thing I did learn is that the only thing that people that are in your life that, you know, can do is love you. They can't fix it for you. Some people may not even understand it and how to help you. So the only thing that you can do is, oh, that pour sounds so good. It's just love you through it. And yes, I do have some good wine. Let's see those legs. It's really pretty. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it smells really good. Oh, this is smooth. My niece would like this a lot. I'm gonna have to grab her a bottle. Or maybe I'll just order it and send it to her shop, because she does wine and waxing. So I think I'll just do that and just let it be a little surprise for her. But no, it really got me thinking. There's so many people that are out there struggling and not getting help for it. And even with me, there are days where I need, let's see those legs merch. I need to trademark that like ASAP because that's a good one. No, I need to do that. That's a good one. Good job, girl. We're all struggling. Like, I have friends that just had babies, and some of them don't even realize that they're struggling from postpartum depression. And my goodness, that is one of the worst feelings that you can go through as a woman, is struggling with that type of depression, because what should be the happiest time of your life is clouded by, you know, emotions that you really can't handle, because your hormones are going from way up here to, you know, trying to stabilize and come back down. And you know, just being a woman is hard in general, you know, that time of the month. Like, I watched this video where this doctor was breaking down a woman's hormonal cycle. We literally have 1 week every month that we are, as people like to say, normal. Those other 3 weeks in the month, we are literally battling for our lives, because our hormones are going through so many changes. And it is hard to regulate. People go, oh, well, you know it's coming. Yes, you know it's coming. Yes, but the older you get, when your body is changing, it's just so many changes, and it gets, you know, and then you have other situations going on top of it. Life is just, it does. It becomes a lot. And it's not an excuse. Like, people go, oh, that's just an excuse. It's not an excuse. No one is condoning any type of anything. However, I feel like a lot of people should really understand the anatomy of what women go through as well. Um, so they can kind of have a little more grace towards that. But it's it's just hard, because people don't want to talk about what's bothering them and how it's bothering them. And it seems like a taboo for people to say, okay, I have a problem. And I feel like I need help. Like, there are so many people out there, and that's why it bothers me when people play with mental illnesses, or, you know, say certain things. And it's like everyone wants to put a definition on something, and it's just like, well, you have no clue. But there are people out there that are literally struggling with certain chemical imbalances, because that's literally what it is. Um, and I don't know why I didn't look this up at first, but you know, 26% of Americans ages 18 and older suffer from some sort of mental health issue. They are broken down into many different, uh, as they call them, topics. So I guess the bigger ones that people know of are, I didn't even know this was one, antisocial personality disorder, anxiety disorders. I mean, I when I found that out, it made sense because it was so many different things that I was going through that I didn't realize, oh, okay, well, that's anxiety. I just always thought anxiety meant like panic attacks, things like that. But when I was, breaking down the things that I go through, the emotions that I feel, on any given day, like it could just be the smallest thing, then, apparently that was all a part of that whole anxiety diagnosis. I had a moment a couple months ago where it really kicked in bad, and it was over my own panic or whatever. Um, for those of you from the California area, visited in Long Beach, there's a bridge. And that's why I try to avoid going on the 405 to get to Long Beach because I don't like driving that bridge. I've only done it a few times, but this time I was by myself, and I totally had a complete panic attack. Like my hands were sweating. I had the AC full blown. My hands were like sweating so bad, uh, trying to grip the steering wheel. I know I had to have turned a different color, but of course I couldn't see. But I was losing my mind over driving this bridge, and there are certain things that do give me like really bad anxiety. Um, and it's hard. Like my heart is pounding. It's like, oh my gosh. And my Apple Watch will tell me your heart rate rose over 100 while you were sitting still. So that's one of those things that I use to kind of help me when I'm having those moments, because it tells me, like, let me know, okay, you need to regulate yourself, basically. I do obsess over, things that are going on, like, especially like if I'm just in a bad place with people and I'm trying to like figure out, okay, what could I have done? What did I do that could have been handled better? And I think now my biggest thing with situations like that is, what was the message that I wanted to get across, and how did I deliver it? Because sometimes you can have a great message, but the delivery of it is what will send people, the wrong way. So, yeah, after finding out that that was one of my things, and I don't take any medication for it or anything because I don't it's like you read up on all this stuff and it makes you feel like, okay, well, I'm going to start taking medicine for this. Now I got to take another medicine just to counteract the side effects, things like that. So because I don't want to take any type of medication, I do have to stay in therapy, and I'm supposed to journal, but good Lord, I suck at that. And I really need to be like, okay, I need to make time every day to journal so that way I'm supposed to do it every day, but I don't. And I need to start doing that. I need to make myself a priority when it comes to that. And because I said it out loud and I said it on here, I'm going to start doing it. Um, yeah. Another one, ADHD. I know a few people that have ADHD, ADD, and seeing them, it's like, okay, I get it. Bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, depression. I suffer from that. Um, Eating disorders. I don't think I've ever struggled with that, but I did know a girl back in high school that did, and I felt bad for her because the reasons that she was doing it, it was really sad, and hers was, anorexia, and it was really sad. I'm not gonna touch too much on it because I haven't. Hi, Naya, welcome. Naya will be on live with me next week. So I'm really excited about that. She's a little nervous, but we're going to get her through it. She got this. PTSD. I did, like I said, I shared a little bit last week with my car accident. I suffered a little PTSD. You got this, girl. I suffered a little PTSD after that accident, and it took me a while to get through that. And I didn't get through it with therapy. It was like literally uh, my partner that helped me through that. Like it was just one of those where, yeah, I got through it. I mean, I still have moments where I'm just like, man, but it's not as bad at all. I wouldn't, like I said, I wasn't even driving the freeway. Schizophrenia, seasonal affective disorder, self harm, suicide, and suicidal behavior. That is one where I feel like everyone has had a moment where they just like, I don't want to live anymore. And it could be because, they lost a parent, a child, somebody that was really close to them. And it's like you have those feelings, and it's more of a feeling of hopelessness than anything. But then there are some people who just, they don't have a will to live. They literally don't feel like they deserve to be you know, on earth anymore. And it's a sad, it's sad. So I don't like when people take that lightly, because it's like everyone deserves to live. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I don't know how to say this without it coming off insensitive, but you know, certain people don't. But yeah, like I said, I don't know how to phrase that where it doesn't come off insensitive, but it's one of those where it's like those people are probably the ones that do deserve to live, more than the bad people that have done things to people that have harmed kids, things like that. They don't. But hey, whatever. But everyone thinks that they can tell when somebody is depressed, and not everybody can see the signs. Like with me, I'm able to function and still be depressed. I will sometimes mask it by, no, don't cry. Hi, Angel. um, yeah, I almost had to take a shot because I was just like, this topic was really, it was a big one for me because, again, with my own stuff that, I battle with, and, friends that I've talked to, and it's like, I can see the symptoms, and sometimes they don't want the help. Sometimes you can't help. And, you never know what can trigger a person to, feel a way. So it is hard to, help. But, like I said, with me, I can be down and nobody will know. Nobody will ever know because I know how to hide it well at this point. So and I think one of the things that I am learning to, not do now is when someone asks me, how are you? Not just saying, I'm good if I'm not good. It's okay to say, I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm all right. But that comes with practice. And I've definitely, trying to work on that because I don't always have good days. And there are days where I just want to lay in bed and watch my Christmas movies because I'm going through something. And sometimes open wine. That's it's hard. It's hard. And I think a lot of people, they struggle more because they don't feel like they have people that they can talk to, or the people that they do trust and can talk to, they don't understand. And it's not, anybody's fault that they don't understand because mental health is, like I said, it's such a wide spectrum, and you never know what, how to help a person. But, like my therapist said, the biggest way that people do help people is just to love them. And sometimes people need to know you love them. I mean, I've become really big with that, just letting, my friends, my family know, hey, I love you, or just, checking in, letting them know. And sometimes it's in different ways. It may be, oh, something on Instagram that caught my eye, and it's like, no, let me, because I want people to know how I feel about them while we're all still here. I don't want to wait until people are gone, and it's like we're at funerals or putting stuff on social media, and it's like, to me, that doesn't feel, for me, it doesn't feel right. I want to hear it while I'm here. I want to know it while I'm here, and can actually say, okay, that's what it is. Because once I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm not going to know. I don't think. But it's hard. But there are certain signs and symptoms that, that are, something that you should notice for people that you care about. So, eating or sleeping too much or too little. I have issues with sleeping. Eating, I've gotten better with, because it's like, I know I need to eat, or it's all kind of other stuff that's going to go on. So now I'm going to be depressed, and I'm going to be going through all kind of other things. So the eating thing is not something I struggle with anymore. But the sleep, it's I already have issues sleeping. So once I'm going through that, it's even harder. Pulling away from people and usual activities. I pull away, and the people that, like you, Drea, that actually know me notice when I'm not, I guess, visible. And that's normally when I'm going through something. Having low or no energy. Well, I think because I don't sleep, I already have low energy. Feeling numb or like nothing matters. That is one that I definitely can say that I fight with. And that's the hard part with me, is, working to consistently pull myself out of a funk once I'm in it, because it can last anywhere from a day to it. Sometimes it can last a couple of weeks when I'm going through it, and I will still go through my regular, routine, like I'm fine, and I'm not. And I think that is probably my biggest problem, is constantly masking it. Like, but who wants to constantly feel like that? Having unexplained aches and pains. I feel it in my shoulders and in my back, but it is what it is. Feeling helpless or hopeless. Smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual. uh, Cheers. Feeling unusually confused, forgetful, on edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared. My goodness. Yes, 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 and yes. Well, I've got a terrible memory as it is, so I don't think that one should be something, but I go through the other stuff a lot. Yelling or fighting with family and friends. I don't like that one, but it happens. Experiencing severe mood swings that can cause problems in relationships. Having persistent thoughts and memories you can't get out of your head. And I think that one comes with my anxiety, with the uh, the obsessing over it, trying to understand where I went wrong, things like that. And it is hard. It's hard, which is why, like I said, therapy. But I really do need to get on the journaling, because it's a lot of, other work that can be done, that should be done, that I'm not doing. Yeah. Hearing voices or believing things that are not true. I was listening to a podcast, and this girl was saying that she sometimes has moments where uh she, will hear something tell her she shouldn't be here, she should kill herself, things like that. And it really made me sad because it's like, even though she knows it's not true, it's something that she believes, and that she's had attempts with trying to kill herself, and it of course hasn't happened, but it's one of those where it's just like, you don't know. You can look at a person and think, oh, they look so normal, and you have no idea what battles that they're fighting. And sometimes in silence, they don't even tell the people that are closest to them what they're going through, because one, a fear of judgment, fear of not being understood. It's so many different reasons that people don't share these things, and it becomes normal for people to just feel like, well, no one cares. So they go through those moments, and then they begin about thinking of harming themselves, and it's sad. It's sad. Uh, and the last sign that they have is the inability to perform daily tasks like taking care of your kids or getting to work or school. I don't have that problem, but I do neglect certain things when I'm going through it, and it is hard. It's hard, but again, part of it is my fault because I'm not doing all of the work. I'm not doing all of the work, but definitely got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Women, so when it comes to percentage wise, it was saying that women, of course, struggle with mental illness, you know, at a higher percentage. African American men struggle more than any other race with mental health issues. Uh, so that one was a big deal to me because I do know that in the African American community, it is not something that is talked about as much. I mean, it's becoming a little bit more normal, but it's not something that's talked about more. It's not something that is being pushed to do. And people are just struggling in silence without any type of help. And it can be dangerous, if it continues that way. Harmful to others, harmful to themselves, because self-destruction is, man, it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. But, you know, I got that out and didn't cry. I'm proud of myself. I almost did. I almost did, but I didn't. I'm see, strong. I got it. But how are you guys today? Like, how are you really? Are you okay? I know if I was Halle Berry right now, I probably wouldn't be in my right mind. 8 grand a month. Jesus Christ. Plus 4.3% if she makes over 2 million. I wouldn't be in my right mind. I'd be like, man, this is BS. I'd be at my therapist's office so fast, like, oh my gosh, I gotta pay this man all this money every month, and then a percentage of my 2 million. I would purposely make it where my contract says I only get paid this much money, and then give me the rest in residuals. I hear you. I hear you. That's because you got a little baby. I mean, even when you get bigger, you're still gonna be tired though. It feels like after you have a kid though, your energy never goes back the same. You're just like, especially when you do it older, because I was 33 when I had him, like literally days away from my 34th birthday. And my goodness, that was the moment that I realized I was getting old. I never drank coffee the way that I do now until after I had him because I just couldn't keep my eyes open to save my life. I man, it's become and I accidentally gave up coffee again, y'all. I didn't have coffee for like 3 weeks. Not on purpose, it was on accident because I ran out of coffee pods, and then I kept forgetting to go to the store to get some. Then I would go to the store, I would forget to get the coffee pods, and it was a struggle, but I survived, and then I got the coffee and still kept forgetting to make coffee, or I would run out of time because I was so used to not having coffee pots. So it was just a weird thing where I didn't have coffee for like 3 weeks, but I haven't had it every day now that I remember to drink. I haven't had it every day, but it's definitely a necessity in my life. Um, but no, you guys, we got it. It's rough. And you do need to talk to people. I mean, I tell my friends all the time I'm here, you know, if you need me and if you need more than me, I'm more than happy to go with you wherever you need to go to, get extra help because I'm a big advocate for mental health. I truly believe in that. And even with me, it's like, even though I go to therapy, I still feel like I need to see uh, a grief counselor for a few different reasons. I mean, one is to deal with the loss of a few close people in my life, and some of them were in extreme circumstances. And it's like while you learn to live with it, it is still hard to, deal with, like in little moments where you're just like, oh man, I can't believe I did this. And you want to tell that person, but they're not there. And it becomes hard. It becomes hard. And some days are better than others. But I do think that I need to, you know, reach out to, and it was offered to me when my grandmother passed, but I was just like, I'll be all right. But sometimes I'm not all right. I'm not all right. And, you don't want to burden other people with, what you're going through, or you feel like you're burdening them. So you don't say anything. You just kind of keep going. That's crazy. Saying it out loud. But yeah. Made myself sad. I'm gonna have some more wine. Have some more wine. Oh, can you guys hear me good? I feel like you probably hear everything now. But I am only one person said they were okay. So I hope everybody else is okay. Mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, it all goes hand in hand. Are you crying? Don't be crying. No tears. Well, sometimes you need to have a good cry. Sometimes I feel better after a cry. And then sometimes I have, I will say music does help me get out of certain moods. Yeah, that's true. You are dying. Well, you're not dying right now. You just feel like you're dying. That's all you can do, Angel, is hang in there. There are going to be good days. There are going to be bad days. And there are going to be some of the shittiest days that you can face. And you will make it. You will make it. And it seems hard on those days, but somehow you end up on the other side. And if you're watching the replay and you're going through something, you are going to be okay too, because we just always are, you know. I gotta stop making myself sad. And I don't want to be sad. But we all gonna be all right. And, like I said, just do what you have to do to make yourself better I feel like I'm a broken record saying therapy, 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 but it does help. It does help. All right. Well, I am going to sign off, and I'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a special guest. And that live is already up, like scheduled and ready to go because I'm really excited. I love when I have guests on. It makes me really excited, to have somebody else on talking with me about, you know, the things that we got going on. Good night, daughter. And I mean, it's cool. So I will see you next week. New bottle of wine, new topic, same time, and have a great rest of the week. Remember that life is going to throw you all the curveballs, but you'll survive. We're gonna make it through. Have a good night, everyone.